Hi people, today we're going to be talking about The Winter Soldier, Cold Front by Mackenzi, and I have to say that I completely love this one. I finished this book like 400 pages more or less, and I finished it in one day because I couldn't put it down. I mean, I find this book to be amazing because we are going to be learning more about Bucky, about his life, about his past, about who he was before being the Bucky that we knew in the movies, the one that knew Captain America, that was like the city kick to Steve Rogers. We're going to be meeting him when he was a youngster, what he wanted to do with his life. We're going to learn about his circumstances, what happened to his family, where he is living now, what he's doing, and everything. And I do love at the very beginning, we are going to find him running this kind of black market between, in the military, and he's going to be, reprimanded for it. But I love that we get to see this irreverent, this more rebellious side of him, and I do love that. And I also love that Mackenzi is going to provide us with more information about how the Winter Soldier project works, and we are going to get more behind the scene looks. We are going to learn how they program the Winter Soldier, how they use it, because they really use the person who is incarnating the Winter Soldier as it was like this machine that they can put into storage and then remove it when they have some use for it. And we are going to see how the mind and the brain of this person is working, and it's trying to recover the memories that make the person who he really is. And I found this dichotomy between the youngster Bucky and Winter Soldier Bucky. I love to have these both sides of the equation in this book, because this book is going to be narrated in two timetables. We are going to be following the Winter Soldier in the present. He has to accomplish a mission. We are going to be following him from this moment in which they wake him up and he begins to gather information related to the operation that he has to do, and he has like these moments in which he feels like he knows something that he shouldn't, that he's doing things that, people are recognizing him, and he's like, what the hell is happening with me? And then we are going to have these kind of flashbacks to the past, where we are going to find him as a youngster, about finding his own persona. And as much as I love Bucky with Steve Rogers, I have to say that I did love having this book about him and him alone, because it offers more I don't know how to explain that, more nuance to his character. I mean, in the movie where Captain America and the Winter Soldier met, I loved this movie and I loved everything that happened in this movie, one of my favorites. But I also did, you wonder who was Bucky before meeting with Steve Rogers. And in this book we are going to have all the answers about who he was and what his life was like and everything. I also guess that these books are canon, because if I remember correctly, Marvel contacted Mackenzi and offered her the chance of writing these books, the Loki one, and the Gamora Nebula, and the Winter Soldier one. So I guess that it's canon, really, because I did love what we learned about Bucky here, both as Bucky the youngster and Bucky the Winter Soldier. And I really feel like I know that this book is just autoconclusive, but I kind of need to know, I need to have a second part of this one. Also, I need a second one of the Loki one. I don't know if she's going to write more books in the Marvel universe, but yeah, I mean, I think that she did a very good job both in the Loki book and in this one. As I said, I just couldn't put it down. I needed to know more about the story, and I love that you can follow the story like very easily. I mean, it's not an easy book. I mean, there's moments which are very hard, especially when you think about how they are using this guy. How they made all these procedures without asking for permission, how they're erasing his memories and playing with him like if he was a toy soldier that they can move around. And there are moments in which you can feel the anxiety and the anger and all this feeling of I need to know, I need to remember, I want to remember who I am, I want to be free. And when things are not making sense because he's struggling between the things that they have wired into his brain that he has to do, that he has to complete, that he has to be good soldier, and the fact that he is kind of remembering who he really is. This struggle between the real persona and, you know, the programmed one. I mean, I think Mackenzi did a very good job at depicting this hard dichotomy between who he really is, who his brain is telling him who he is, you know, bringing forward, like, sometimes it's not memories but feelings, like he's confronted with someone, it's like, I cannot hurt you, I don't know why, but, you know, I love that there's something knocking inside him and saying kind of, let me in, you know, we have to be together. The memories are like, we need to rush into your brain, and he's like struggling between, you know, who he is supposed to be and who he really is. And I love that, and I love how stark sometimes the narration is, and how you can really connect with him and understand what he's going through. And I love when we look into his past, there were more innocence or more naive moments, but compared with the very hard ones that he's going through, like as the winter soldier, it's like he had, you know, it's like this chiaroscuro, just to say it in some way. If you like Mackenzi Lee, you're going to love this book. If you love Marvel and the movies and the Marvelverse, you're going to love this book. I mean, it's amazing, and it raises lots of things about how far someone is going to go to get the perfect war machine, and how far a person is willing to go to recover who he was, and the power of love and friendship, and finding your own footing, even if you're kind of alone in the world, like the Winter Soldier is. And yeah, I mean, this book is amazing. Pick it up, because it's amazing and jaw-droppingly good. Oh my god, I don't know if I invented a new word. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye!